I remember it like it was yesterday. Thanksgiving dinner, my father mocking me for my casual attire, as I sat at the table, trying to enjoy the meal. He had no idea what was about to happen. A few minutes later my phone buzzed and I looked down to read, "Acquisition of Strathmore Dynamics complete. You now own 100% of your family's company." And then I looked up at my father's smug face and smiled. He had no clue what was coming. What happens when you go from being the family disappointment to owning their legacy? Well, here's how I did it. If you've ever been underestimated by the people who should have believed in you the most, this story is for you. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. And hit that like button if you've ever felt like the world was against you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this journey from being overlooked to taking over. Growing up as a Thompson meant privilege, but also suffocating expectations. We lived in a mansion, surrounded by acres of land in Connecticut. It was a picture-perfect life on the outside, but behind closed doors the pressure was unbearable. Strathmore Dynamics wasn't just a company, it was our family identity, built by my grandfather in 1947. My father, Gerald, took over and expanded it with an iron fist, pushing forward with ruthless tactics. And I was just a daughter with a dream that didn't fit into the family blueprint. My entire life, I was told I didn't fit in. My father never took me seriously. Everything I did, from asking questions about sustainability and manufacturing to trying to make a difference, was dismissed. Even when I created a scheduling system that could have saved hundreds of thousands, my father brushed it off. But what hurt the most wasn't the lack of recognition. It was the way my family looked at me like I was a failure. My brother, Ethan, was the golden child. My sister, Claire, played the perfect role. And me, I was just the odd one out, the dreamer. But something inside me broke when I applied to MIT for computer science instead of following the family path of business. My father exploded. "Computer science? What do you plan to do with that?" he asked, as if it was the most ridiculous idea ever. Ethan smirked across the table and my mother offered a week. "Maybe you'll bring a fresh perspective someday." I knew then I had to get out. I couldn't live under their shadows any longer. I left for MIT, determined to prove them wrong. MIT was where I finally felt like I could breathe. I immersed myself in technology, sustainability, and innovation. It was like discovering a new world, one where I could finally make a difference. I found a mentor, Margaret, who believed in me. She taught me that asking why not was my greatest strength. Meanwhile, my family's expectations continued to loom over me like a dark cloud. The more I achieved on my own, the further I drifted from them. I wanted to prove to myself, and to them, that I could be successful on my own terms. But with each passing holiday, the discomfort grew. I'd come home to a table full of expectations and backhanded compliments. My father's dismissive comments about my tech business were nothing compared to the dismissive way he looked at my success. And so, I kept building. I started EcoTech Solutions with my grandmother's inheritance, pouring everything I had into it. My family laughed, mocking me like I was playing at something serious. But I knew one day they would see just how wrong they were. Then came the breakthrough. My company EcoTech saved Brighton Steel from bankruptcy with our resource management system. And our client list began to grow. We were doing what Strathmore wouldn't even consider. Innovating. The family, still dismissive. But I didn't care anymore. When I received an acquisition offer from Strathmore Dynamics, I knew it was time to make my move. I had spent years building my company, creating something that would make them realize my worth. I walked into that meeting with my acquisition papers, and when my father's eyes landed on the document, I saw it. That moment, the realization that everything he had worked for was about to slip through his fingers. It's strange, isn't it? How the people who make you feel small can be the ones who drive you to greatness. In the end, my family's disbelief was the fuel that powered my success. And now, I own what they could never imagine, Strathmore Dynamics. Took years of work, sacrifice, and patience. But it was worth it. Because when they said I was nothing, I knew I was everything I needed to be. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and comment below. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And if you want more stories of people who turn their struggles into triumphs, subscribe now. You won't want to miss what's coming next.